Om Sai Ram. Welcome and welcome back, dear Tarot Pals. If you've just found me through an algorithm search, I welcome you to my Tarot Pal community. I post 2 to 3 videos every week, oracle messages, tarot guidance. There's also an Instagram page of Tarot Pal wherein I share daily tarot and oracle content, apart from basic astrology and other rituals as well. I invite you to join me on my Instagram account. The link will be in the description box below. There's also an email address given below in case you would want a personal paid reading with me. With that said, the last thing I want to tell you guys is that there's a playlist called Timeless Readings in this channel. I strongly recommend you to go pick any one of the readings that you're drawn to, and I'm pretty sure you will find some resonance there. If you're a returning viewer, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button right now because it does mean the world to me. A little bit of an energy exchange for this free oracle guidance that you get through YouTube. With this said, today we're going to do our Thursday oracle messages slightly differently. Every week we kind of play around in different formats. So today it's going to be primarily only focused on the oracle cards, nothing else. I'm going to give you 3 crystals to pick from, which you can see right in front of your screen already. Pick the crystal that you're drawn to. It's a general reading. You, of course, may feel drawn to more than one pile. Pick what resonates with your soul. And I'm going to give you a quick close-up of your crystals. So for option number 1, we have this beautiful piece of Carnelian. I hope I can bring it in focus. So that's option 1, Carnelian. For pile number 2, we have a little tiger's eye. That's pile number 2. Excuse my nails. And for pile number 3, it is Fluorite. Okay, that's your, let me see if I can give you a close-up. Beautiful crystal, by the way. That's your tiny piece of Fluorite. Okay, with that said, I'm going to give you guys a little while to pick your pile. Take some deep breaths, call upon Sai Ram. Type Om Sai Ram if you're also a Sai Baba follower. If you don't know who Sai Baba is, he's a miracle worker and an ascended master who's always only spread the message of love. He did not believe in any one particular religion, but rather said all of them have the same message, and I definitely do believe in that. With all of that said, I'm going to go ahead and see you in your individual piles. Welcome to those of you who's picked this beautiful Carnelian, a wonderful sacral chakra stone, a color of orange which is always linked with creativity, sexuality, playfulness, abundance, sensuality, so the divine feminine energy. By saying Om Sai Ram, wow, too many cards flipped, so we're not taking it. We are going to give it a quick shuffle and then take out 3 cards and help pile 1 with their this week's message. If you've skipped the introduction, again, don't forget to hit subscribe. There's an Instagram account, join me there. And Om Sai Ram, 1 more shuffle, thank you. Okay, we have your first card out. If you, of course, don't worry if you don't know how to read Hindi, I will explain each of these cards. This says, help those in need. Okay. We'll take 2 more cards. It's a short video, so we'll keep it simple for what you need to know for this week. Okay. All right. Your underlying message is harvest. Wonderful. Assumptions. Law of attraction. Beautiful message. Okay. Pile number 1. Your message for this week from Sai Baba is to remember that every assumption, have you guys heard? So this is the law of assumption for me right now, and this is the law of attraction. I'm sure you've heard of it. If you haven't, law of attraction, primarily in layman's language, is reiterating the fact that your world, your external world, will always reflect what your thoughts and your belief systems are. The universe is consistently aligning to the frequency, to your emotions, and thereby bringing you different experiences that align with that frequency, okay? The law of assumption says, you know, and when you're trying to, with the law of attraction, when you change your emotional frequency, you, of course, align yourself to the higher source that you're trying to get to, right? With the law of assumption, and I'm, of course, saying this in a very layman, quick explanation. This is not a video on law of attraction or law of assumption. Leave me a comment section, leave me a message in the comment sections below if you'd like to know my understanding, how I use law of attraction and how I use law of assumption, but that's not what the message is anyway about. The fact that you have both assumptions and law of attraction here, the first thing that Baba wants to get your mindset or your attention to is, what are you thinking right now? Are you consistently fearful thinking that other people are not going to like you. Somebody's plotting against you. You're going to lose all your money. Life has always been miserable. Do you have certain ego-driven thoughts wherein you feel like you're better than everybody else? You deserve better. Is your ego tricking you to believe that someone else is lesser than you in any form or shape? Or your intelligence, your beauty, your money makes you elevated to that extent that you can judge others to be anything. Please remember that every time you put yourself in any of these mindsets, you're attracting an experience which will help you understand. The universe is not sadistic. It's not like it's there to punish you. It will help you understand and make your soul evolve. To have an experience which will draw your attention towards, how wrong that thought is, which will help you understand nobody is lesser or more. And it's very, very important for pile number ones. This week, stay humble, stay grounded, stay positive, stay focused on your work, on your own emotions. Think about when somebody pisses you off this week, ask yourself, I can either choose to react to this person, or I can already assume they have said sorry, I forgive them, and I move on. Whatever way of working on works with you. But the more you can keep yourself in a positive vibration this week, and by positive, I don't mean high-headed. I mean simple, happy, content, peaceful, learning, inquisitive, right? You're going to get, this is harvesting the benefits of that mindset. If you go towards the other extreme, when you start getting overconfident, cocky, or in any form or shape, we all know the spectrum of emotions, right? When you're not in alignment, where you're not grounded, you're being warned of, negative repercussions of the same. At the same time, this week, try to use basil leaves, because Tulsi is very strongly a part of this message for me whenever I look at this card. Cleanse your life. Drink some basil leaves. Use basil in your food, your salads, your tea. Use that plant as much as you can. If nothing else, spend 5 minutes near your house. If you're in an Indian home, every home typically has a Tulsi plant. Spend some time near it. Okay, absorb that energy. And this week, definitely pile ones. Try to feed someone who's hungry. And by someone, it does not only have to be human. It can be a dog, cat, help an animal, help someone in need. Okay, this week, in whatever form or shape you can, please help someone in need. Baba warns you that do not assume your negative beliefs to be true. Do not assume your egoistic beliefs to be true either about self or other people. I hope this message has helped you have a clear guidance around what the Ascended Master suggests you, supports you towards. Thank you so much for your time here. If you'd like a more detailed reading, there is a May monthly reading already. In the description box below, you will find much longer readings regarding topics that you may want to cover on. This is a general weekly reading that we do, in which we try to understand what message does your pile have. I've loved reading this for you, pile one. Wish you guys a wonderful, wonderful week. Take care. Bye-bye. Hello and welcome, my dear pile twos. Those of you who picked the tiger's eye. This is your oracle message. If you skipped the introduction, do not forget that there is a giveaway running on my Instagram account of Taropal for an entire month. You can go ahead and participate. You need to be subscribed to both Taropal on YouTube as well as follow me on Instagram. The rules and additional things are in the Instagram account, of course, where you would find the giveaway in the highlight section. Go ahead, find that post and join us, okay? With that said, Om Sai Ram, take some deep breaths. Om Sai Ram. We're going to ask, what do we need to know for this week ahead? Your first card's out. Thank you. Om Sai Ram. Those of you who do not know about the Ascended Master, you can go to the introduction. I've given a brief about who he is. Okay, this says the journey of the soul, or rather soul journey. Wow, it's a beautiful message. Everything is all right. I have repeatedly, for those of you who are a part of the Taropal community, there are certain things which, if once you're a part of the community, you would know there are certain favorites of mine. And whenever certain triggers happen, like any other reader, that's the first thing that comes to my mind. Every time I see this card, I think about Abraham Hicks' talk, which is about everything is always working out for me. Okay, if you came into this pile with some anxieties about the week ahead, relax. Everything is always working out for you. Everything is absolutely fine. This said, now I understand why your other card is avoidance. So this card talks to me about either you're sharing your miseries, your troubles with somebody who's really not the right person to help you out with it, or you have developed a pattern wherein even to yourself, your self-talk, you're repeatedly sharing your negative experiences, you're reliving certain negative experiences, a bad memory, a poor conversation, and that narrative, okay, has kept you very stuck in a place. Okay, there are some, perhaps this pile, I strongly recommend do some energy cleansing, burn some sage, take a salt bath, do some puja at your home, because clearly you do have people around you who enjoy your misery, who love to see you in pain, who would come to you and poke you about conversations or topics or events which they are also very well aware are not your fun memory, but they know that you can't stop talking about it. So they'll make you keep share that incident again, talk about it again, and then both of you are sitting in that energy. None of you are helping each other. I hope you're understanding what I'm saying, right? Some friends, if you, and I don't like to call those people friends, but some people, and if you are an HSP or an empath, you would know how much this would trouble you. Just being around them, just listening to them for 5 to 10 minutes, you can get sad, you can get depressed. Something just can start feeling off about your life. This week, avoid them at all costs. And just remember, the power is in you. You can choose to walk away from that conversation. You need to learn to say no. So it's not these energy vampires. Okay, this could also be a toxic relationship with some of you. They do not have to be an energy. It's not like the energy vampire is more powerful than you, right? You have as much power as the energy vampire. It's just that the energy vampire is choosing to use their power. And Baba reminds you that you need to remember that I can show you the way. Okay, I can tell you which road to go. It's you who's going to walk. He's not going to override your free will. So if you're by your choice standing there listening to all this nonsense, okay, or whatever this energy is around you, then there's nothing that the universe can do for you. It's you who's got to decide, I'm not okay with this. I'm going to walk away from this. This is not good enough for me, and thereby walk on. This week for pile 2, I also recommend there's perhaps a promise that is unfulfilled. That's what the middle card is. Promises that you have made, promises that your ancestors have made, or sometimes our parents, or our ancestors would have said, okay, God, if you help me do this, I'm going to make a temple for you. Okay, God. And, and our great-great-grandpas just, I don't know, with a lot of money, just perhaps thought that's just a cool thing to promise to God and then forget about it, okay? So there's perhaps clearly a ancestral wound. Some of you may be dealing with certain property issues as well, or you're around relatives who are not very positive about you or are giving you the evil eye. So please make sure that you figure out some way or the other to protect your energy, cleanse yourself, and this ancestral unfulfilled promise, if you already know what it is. Some of us know, what, my great-great-grandpa said that he's going to visit Vaishno Devi, but he died. I'm just giving a random example, right? He wanted to visit a spiritual place. He could never make it. Maybe you want to, if you can possibly, take a trip to that place. Go ahead and do it. If you do not have any idea which ancestral promise are we talking about, simply donate something to someone in need, and ask your higher self, ask your ancestors to release this blockage, which someone else may have promised something to the higher source, to God, to an entity, done a ritual and forgotten about it. And now it's become your, your blockage. That's what I'm trying to say. So get those karmic cleansing happen for you. There's a post I recently made on Instagram account when I've talked about the 3 things you must do in May. There's one specific pile that comes to my mind with this. I don't want to spoil it for you. So if you're going to go head to the Instagram account and find that. This was a simple, crisp message telling you what you need to know for this week ahead. Pile 2's your biggest trouble is your anxiety and your overthinking this week. If you can keep your head straight, and I know Mercury is retrograde while I shoot this, and it's going to be full on retro, it's in shadow right now, and it's going retrograde on the 10th. I just want pile 2's to remember that the power still lies in you. Okay, so you're choosing a certain kind of a misery. Do not think other people are more stronger, better, they have more control over your life, wherein you just have to be a standing spectator to your life. Okay, I hope this has helped you. If you would like a detailed reading, again, go to the Timeless Readings playlist, and I'm pretty sure something will resonate for you. Thank you so much again, as always, wishing you nothing but his love, success, and abundance. Hello and welcome my pile number 3s. Some of you like to know which pile I picked. So today's selection is this pile. If you've skipped the introduction, there's a giveaway I'm running on my Instagram account when you can win free readings. Yes, my love, you can win free readings. Up to 3 people can win free readings. So do go ahead and check out the Instagram account. It's still on. It's on for a month. So if you're not joining me there, I invite you to join me there, okay? With that said, take some deep breaths. Think of Baba. And I feel this pile is really at ease today, okay? I felt ease. I heard the word ease. Wow, ease because you're silent. Okay. Okay, you're at peace. There's something about this pile today. I felt peace, okay? And I got silence. So perhaps you're seeking silence, or you need some silence, or you want to go towards silence. We'll see. Okay, we have karma. Okay, and we have determination. Wow. This is an interesting Mercury shadow. If you're watching this while I'm shooting this, it's a Mercury shadow. And May 10th, Mercury goes retrograde. Okay. There's clearly a lot of change which is happening for pile number 3s. And you perhaps are oblivious to the changes subliminally happening in your environment. Okay. This could be family dynamics. This could be official dynamics. There are changes at play and changes for the good. I mean, okay. Karma is not this for that. Okay, and if you've been a Taropal, I'm sure you've heard me explain this so many times. It's not, you did this, so I'll do this. You did this, so I did that. Okay, it's not good for bad. It's like an account. You have good karmic account balance and you have bad karmic account balance. It's not like your good karma is just going to rub this off, or your bad karma is going to rub that off. You can take out balance. You basically take out balances from each of them, okay? And we got to cover it all, get it down to 0. Okay, that's moksha. It's all 0, not too good, not too bad. It calls 0. That neutral thread is what saints and rishis used to be. Then you're free out of this cycle, okay? When I'm talking about karma, which means when this card shows up for me, this is a very clear message which says every deed, pile 3, in the next week, every deed that you do, every thought that you think, can you bring more love and devotion into it? That's it. And you'll be planting seeds of good karma. Drinking a glass of water, making a phone call to a client, driving down to pick up your child. Every action, the moment you bring divinity into it, the moment you bring self-awareness into it, the moment you bring mindfulness into it, is going to turn towards a spiritual ritual. It will no longer remain just the act. The act in itself is what you need to start enjoying in the week. It's a weekly message. It's a weekly oracle message. Of course, it's a habit that you want to develop forever. But this week, every deed that you do, bring love, bring devotion, bring sai into your mind when you do that, okay? Do not overshare your plans this week. Please, with that mon, which is literally screaming silence, be very, very careful of your speech. At the same time, do not stay silent if you know that your deed, your intention, your mind space, your heart is in the right place, you did it with the right heart, and somebody is trying to be extremely cocky with you, then this card talks about assertiveness. Okay, this is the card of assertiveness. So know when to do every work that you do have every conversation that you do. Finish everything that you begin with absolute love, honesty, and devotion. But then now that you've done it all with your best thing, and stay silent about it. Don't go, bragging, boasting, oh, I was so good, I did this, what a great week. That's not, you're being warned against it, okay? Sometimes I think, do Taropals think I'm too animated the way I talk? Do let me know if you've been with me for over a year. Happy to hear your perceptions. Okay. But yeah, assertiveness. This week, Baba tells you. Sometimes, and I've seen this with quite a few people in the readings that I've done. People always think that screaming, shouting, saying a lot of words, giving a lot of feedback, telling them what they did wrong is how they are going to get that one-up from, their boss, their mother, their father, their colleague, their brother, their husband. You're never going to get a one-up with words, okay? And hear that from a Libra. I know. You'll never get it. I mean, it's all great. And please, I'm no saint. I scream, I shout, I get angry. And there's nothing wrong about you screaming, shouting, or getting anger. But if you want to win, if the end result is victory, it's power, it's success, it's getting that one up, it's silence, it's observation, it's taking your power back. It's in when you decide that I'm not going to allow these external entities to distract me, to derail me, to make me walk away from the success that is coming towards me. Yeah. So you're being assertive even in your silence, right? Silence doesn't mean that you have to be walked all over. Silence means that there's a certain boundary that you've drawn even for words. How many words are you going to invest towards someone? So this week, before you get into an argument, ask yourself, do they deserve this conversation with you? Will they even understand it? Or perhaps walking away in silence is also going to be a power move for you. Ask yourself, what is a power move this week? And then do that. And in whatever you do, the intention is the biggest thing with karma showing up. Did you do it for Sai? Did you do it on the rules of Sai? Did you? And by the rules of Sai, all I mean is his rules are love, compassion, being there for yourself, being there for others, loving animals, do not discriminate others. That's all that he's taught all his life. Okay? If your heart is in the right place, Baba wants to assure pile 3, you're protected, darlings. But be very mindful that do not allow anybody to misunderstand your silence to be a lack of assertiveness or a lack of authority. I think it's a very powerful week for pile 3s. Will go both ways, of course. Some of you will pass, some of you will fail. Come back and tell me how this went. All a part of life. Nothing is catastrophic. I wish you guys nothing but massive success as always. If you'd like a detailed reading, there's of course a playlist called Timeless Readings in this description box below. Click on it, you'll find longer readings. This is a weekly guidance that we do, sometimes on YouTube, sometimes on Instagram. I've always loved it. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye.